Three indie perfumes that you absolutely must try. These are all absolutely incredible. They're very different olfactive profiles. So just make sure you pay close attention, because if you're into peach and sandalwood, I have an offering for you. If you have an addiction to coffee, as it were, I have another fragrance that I would recommend. But all three of these are exquisite. And in today's Cephalabon contributor video, I'm going to be talking to you about these three fragrances in this co-curated list between myself and Michelin Kamen from Cephalabon. And there's also going to be a very special giveaway attached to this video, which I will outline how to enter in just a little bit. But before I dive into the video, I do want to mention that if you're a fan of perfume related content, and of course, if you love smelling your best, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and give this video a thumbs up for the algorithm. It would truly, truly mean a lot to me. And of course, if you want to participate in the giveaway, make sure to read through the instructions very carefully. But it's actually quite simple. All you have to do is visit cephalabon.com. It's going to be the first link down below in the description box. And once you've become a registered reader, which by the way, if you've done this before, you should already be a registered reader. The only thing you have to do is just drop a thoughtful comment on the article. Entering this giveaway is so incredibly simple. Just make sure to check back on over to cephalabon.com on the date that's mentioned in the article, because that's when the winner is going to be announced. So if you are selected, you don't want to miss the opportunity to claim your proverbial spoil. So with that being said, these are three incredible indie fragrances. And as it goes, all of these are also fantastic for the fall and winter. They are potent, they are strong, they have charisma. They are beautiful olfactive creations. Some of these are, very outgoing, very gregarious. Some of these are very smooth and elegant, especially the one offering in here that has tea, peach, and a lot of creamy sandalwood in the dry down. It is such a beautiful fragrance. Anyway, let's go ahead and dive into the list. And the first perfume that I want to talk about is one that I acquired a long time ago. And let me just show you the color of the liquid in the bottle. This is very dark, ambery juice. I love this fragrance. But again, I think this is one where if there's any way that you can sample it first, please do so, because it is very, very strong. Fall and winter, this one is going to be a masterpiece. This one by Tempest Vitae, again, indie offerings. This one is called Café de Jour. So this one has a very rich balsamic coffee ingredient, and you also have a nice deal of birch in here as well. Now, birch tar, which comes from the birch tree, is a gum, sap, or a resin that has a very smoky aroma. And a lot of people equate it to the smell of a burning forest. That is exactly what you're going to get from this fragrance. It's very smoky. Imagine like a freshly brewed coffee with that smoky component in here as well. And it's unapologetically bold. Everything that I have from Tempest Vitae is incredibly strong, very rich, very potent, very powerful. And this fragrance right here is no exception. Café de Jour by Tempest Vitae is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance, one that I would 100% recommend. And again, if you live in a colder climate, forget about it. This one is going to give you stellar longevity and projection as well. You're certainly going to get noticed with this fragrance. Just a few sprays will definitely go a long way. And also keep in mind that because of the color of the liquid in the juice, this does have the potential to stain lighter colored fabrics. So I would not recommend spraying this one directly on clothing. Prioritize spraying this one on skin unless you're wearing a black shirt like I am now. I don't think you're gonna do any harm. But nevertheless, Café de Jour by Tempest Vitae is incredible. The next fragrance that I want to talk about, and again, I met the owner of the brand. He is such an amazing individual. I love this guy so much. He's so friendly. And this is another niche level offering is what I meant to say, just because of the complexity of the juice. It's so powerful, but it is indie at heart. Of course, it goes without saying that all three of these are indie offerings. And this one is called Finding Forbidden Love by Static Olfactive. And again, it has the gold flakes in the bottle here. This one you can spray on fabric because it's a lighter colored liquid, although it has a bit of a xanthous hue to it. And this one, I believe, was composed by Paul Kyler, who's such an incredible perfumer. I also love Paul Kyler. He is so educated, so knowledgeable on all things perfume related. and I know he's quite active in a lot of the Facebook groups as well. What a beautiful fragrance. The peach, the sandalwood, it's creamy. There's tea. It's a little floral as well as far as my nose can detect. This one is so masterfully pieced together. And this is probably going to be the most gentle of all of the offerings. Of course, with a name like Finding Forbidden Love, you would want a loving composition to be on the gentle side of things, not anything assertive or aggressive. But this is a beautiful scent. One might even call it pretty. I certainly have certain associations with the note of peach, of which I get quite strongly in this fragrance. But again, it's not an overly ripe, sugary or saccharine peach. I think the creaminess of the sandalwood really creates this elegant tone in the dry down. Finding Forbidden Love is a beautiful indie offering from the brand. And of course, I also need to talk about this next fragrance, which for all intents and purposes of curating this list is in the #1 spot, but there are no #1s, 2s, or 3s here. All of these are exceptional. It just depends on your personal taste. It depends on what you're trying to achieve with the perfumes that you're wearing. It depends on what kind of notes and ingredients you're into. But this is one that I've owned for a few years now, and the perfumer is quite incredible. This one has tonka bean, there's cedar, there's patchouli, it's earthy, it is very refined, beautifully put together. And the longevity on this one is also very, very good. And this brand deserves, I mean, they've already gotten tons of attention, and rightfully so. They deserve so much more, and they need to be a household name for anybody who is in the perfume world. This is such a beautiful fragrance, and I own so many from this brand, and there's a lot for everybody to really enjoy and partake in. This is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. If you're a fan of tonka bean, if you're a fan of patchouli, you want something with density, you want something that's earthy, you want something with a hint of sweetness, but something that is quite elegant and very beautifully pieced together. I think the other thing that I would probably give this one a lot of praise for is the versatility. This is one of those perfumes where you spray it on, and you know that despite the season, despite the occasion, this one is going to fit the bill perfectly. The only reason that I said this one would be apropos for the colder months of the year is because the longevity is there, the performance is there. This is no slouch in the longevity, the projection, or any performance department. This is a beautifully pieced together fragrance that will give you, I would say, 10 hours longevity. It's all going to be contingent upon your skin chemistry, but please do yourself a favor. If there's any means by which you can secure a sample, please do so, because this one is one you do not want to miss. And this one by Inica is called Field Notes from Paris. Beautiful bottle, beautiful presentation, and the scent itself is even more beautiful. Listen, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me. That was my take on 3 indie perfumes that you absolutely must try or add to your collection. But again, I hope you were keen on, my descriptions of these fragrances, because I think these are going to cater to different olfactive tastes. But nevertheless, please try them if you can. Thank you for joining me. Participate in the Cef Le Bon giveaway. First link down below in the description box. And of course, I appreciate your viewership. Thank you for watching. If you took anything of value from today's episode, please hit subscribe, hit the bell, and give this video a thumbs up for the algorithm. It would mean everything to me. Thanks again for watching. Love you all. We'll see you tomorrow with a new episode. Bye.